Hello and welcome to another update video about TIA Celestia. Let's see if there is anything new that we can talk about. And we see there isn't really any major price development, but to be honest, the entire crypto market is a little bit frozen at the moment. So all we can do is really to restate the relevant support levels. I can complain about the structure as always. Not that it's bearish, right? But it's taking the shape of some kind of a diagonal pattern, similar to what Render did. They are not bearish structures, but they are just a little bit, we just have to be a bit flexible. So if you're wondering, or if you're looking for something that's clear, really for trading, well, you don't really want to do this, but I give you support levels. You can always focus on higher against these support levels. Maybe don't trade it aggressively because we don't have, very clean 1-2 structures. Also from an Elliott wave point of view, the chart history is very limited. I did say that before, so we shouldn't be surprised if there are invalidations. So far there hasn't been any invalidation on the Celestia chart, but still though there can always be invalidations, especially if we are dealing with structures that are corrective, that are messy, like this one actually is, okay? And there will be plenty of interpretations that are possible. That's the problem. Unclear probabilities. That is usually coming also from a very short chart history. However, I offered two scenarios here. They are still relevant. I think the main point is that we can see that the price is moving in something you could call an ascending price channel. Ideally, it's not breaking below that. However, it shows some weakness at the moment. So it's not really moving up in 5 waves from the 23rd of January low. It's moving up only in a corrective pattern. So it can easily break. It can easily break. Now, what are the levels? So I'm looking at either in the yellow count an ABC structure. That is basically just a placeholder for the bearish scenario, because even if it pushes higher, it could simply be an ABC structure, a corrective pattern that breaks at some point. We just don't have that chart history that gives us, a great, so we cannot use any of the predictive qualities of Elliott wave. It's more like, we take it level by level. Okay, what's support? Does support hold? So far it did hold. It created a positive response, but that's it. Yeah, that's about what you can do, really. There are no long-term targets we can define here because we just don't have that chart history. And the chart has never produced an impulsive price move to the upside. Yeah, so what are we dealing with? Well, again, in yellow, it can break at any point. And if micro support levels break, that would be the first indication that the yellow count is playing out. The yellow count is basically just an ABC rally, which could then, for example, lead to a larger ABC, okay? But certainly, if I can tell you, if micro support levels break, it opens the door to a lot of different messy structures, like a larger ABC pattern, for example. But you have to look at that when levels break. At the moment, I'm leaning to the idea that this could be some kind of a diagonal, but also I don't like that count so much. In diagonals, you have plenty of options as well because they are made up of corrective subwaves. Best I can tell is that this might have been a 1-2 setup down here, the initial one. Then this is an A wave up in a third wave. So let me actually change the wave degree of that. 1 second. The 1-2. Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. Third wave here. And then within that third wave, we should actually get somehow we have, because it's a diagonal, it cannot be an impulse. This was likely the A wave. This was the B wave. So I'm looking at the C wave now, but the C wave is not impulsive. So it's the next problem. So yeah, I can only speculate what this is. I thought about maybe this is a small 1-2 setup in the wave C. All right. This here is the A wave, the B wave. Price reacted to the 78.6 fib level, but then the C wave up should really start now. Okay, if we break below the $13.89 level, then I could argue that all of this was a wave 1. Maybe that even looks a little bit better. It gives it a little bit more space. I'll show you how the count would look like. So, gives it a little bit more space in case it needs it. Basically to say that this here was wave 1. Doesn't look bad actually. And then we have a possibility to see a pullback in wave 2. And it could still pull back down to $11.42 if it needs to. But at that point, we would have broken out of the price channel. Okay, not a disaster. It's just that everything would shift over here, you know. So just adjustments of the wave count, which is completely normal, especially in a diagonal. I think this would be something that actually looks a little bit better. Thought about that yesterday, but again, as long as we're holding that trend line, it might go up more directly. So bottom line is wave 2 might be here, might have been here. We'll see. As long as support levels are holding, and this is now, and I would keep it maybe that way because it gives us a little bit of space. As long as the $11.42 level is holding, yeah, I think the focus can be on higher. It would allow for a more pronounced 1-2 setup. And then the third wave would again be an ABC structure. Also here, the wave 1 was an ABC. Yeah. Then we should get a 4 and a 5, and that would complete wave 3, then 4 and a 5. So where should wave 3 go? Yeah, where should wave 3 actually land? Difficult to say. Again, you know, because where do I start the measurement? I can only start the measurement of the fibs at the all-time low. Typically, we say for a third wave, we want minimally the 1.236 extension, better the 1.38. Now, that would take us to minimally 22.21, but obviously the C wave needs 5 waves, so it might end up somewhere around 35, maybe even a little higher. But yeah, that's all I can do about Celestia at the moment. It's certainly in an uptrend. It's not bearish, but microstructure looks very corrective. And yeah, we've made a small change in this video that allows for a bit of a deeper pullback, because just one of the reasons I do that is there's no indication this is already breaking out. It could be, okay? It could be, and at the moment this is a 3-wave move up, but one more high might give us 5 waves. And if we get 5 waves, then yeah, this is already the next wave up, but it already landed in our support zone anyway, so I assume anybody who wanted a position has one, so that wouldn't be the problem. That's my update about Celestia. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.